got such a bad opinion on this. People might hate me, but I don't care.
Really?
It's too young.
What, to learn that there's different people in the world?
People see there's different people. They've all got social media and they go and walk in the streets.
Yeah, if you're changing your complete personality, I think the other person has a right. Yeah.
It's just so difficult to deal with, because then how do you, you can say, hello person, I'm not a person, I'm a tree.
Altering the inside of your body is insane. Yeah, so there's going to be no illegal immigrants in America, basically.
Problem solved. Give me your opinion, because I love our different opinions on this shit.
I just feel bad for people, and
Hello and welcome to the Confessional Podcast. Hey!
We have the amazing Kimmi K, obviously, and then we have myself, Rick. What are we going to talk about today? And then we'll ask how each other are. And
Let's talk about, should we do Trump?
Big boy.
Yeah, let's talk about...
The tan man.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about Trump. Cool. Firstly, though, how have you been?
Good, yeah. Taking along. Nothing really special's happened, just...
Apart from I gave you a confessional mug.
Oh, yeah, in one more.
I did. I gave her a mug. How cool are these? We have confessional mugs.
Sexy, innit?
Aren't they? So if you'd like one, we can get you one for a price. So let us know. Oh, okay. So you have nothing exciting to kind of...
I don't think so.
Well, you tell me, because I don't know.
I don't think there's anything exciting that I've got to tell you now.
Oh, okay.
What about you?
I've been doing carpentry. I say carpentry very loosely. I have been labouring, but I've actually thoroughly enjoyed myself. It's fucking hard work. And I did say that I would mention all of the guys I've been working with. So we've got Ashley, Joe, Ben, Luke, and Dan. And Dean, and it's actually been really fun. It's really hard. Obviously, I'm acclimatizing to kind of, I guess, being that physical all day, and I've been sleeping a lot more. But thoroughly enjoying myself.
Getting your pump on as well.
Oh, it's ludicrous. There was one day, honestly, I was like, I'm very nearly going to just be like, fuck this, I'm not doing it. Obviously, I didn't. So I'm very grateful to the man that's allowing me to work for him, obviously, while I'm trying to kind of go back into my career. So, I'm very grateful to him. So I love you. Thank you. But yeah, it's been really fun. And I've learned loads. Like, I definitely couldn't, but I feel like I could build a house. I obviously could not, but I've learned a lot, and it's been...
You normally work on your own, don't you? So has it been nice to have like a bunch of people?
Yeah.
The boys.
And the garage talks are wild. So yeah, it's good. Yeah, I've learned lots of new things. Men are disgusting. And yeah, it's been good. Yeah, it's been really fun. Yeah,
good.
I've had a good time. But,
good.
Apart from that, nothing new. Not really. The world's fucked, isn't it?
Oh, it's going to shit, isn't it, already? We're not even in, not even completed a month. And
we're not even a quarter into the fucking year. And I wouldn't say it's fun. I'd say the UK, there's a lot of bad shit happening in the UK. I don't know much about America. I know that obviously Trump is now in.
Yeah.
Big boy. He's in. Again, lots of people are unhappy about it, but also lots of people are very, very happy about it.
Lots of people are excited about it.
What do you want to talk about?
I want us to speak about his policies. So his policies are pretty out there, aren't they? They're a bit different to what normally happens.
Enlighten me.
So
are you going to get your notes up, or are you going to go off the cuff?
Let me just check my notes, because I don't want to be informative. And I'm sorry for using my phone. I did have my laptop, but the producer dude's stolen it off me. So
that's fine. Don't worry about that.
Let's have a look. So, firstly, he wants to close all his borders, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He wants to literally deport anyone that shouldn't be there. He's also removing...
Is that a bad thing?
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Give me your opinion, because I love our different opinions on this.
I feel bad for people, and I know I shouldn't, but I do. Shouldn't. I do feel bad for people.
So he wants to deport people that are coming in 100% illegally?
Yeah, so there's going to be no illegal immigrants in America, basically.
Problem solved.
And he wants to get rid of the right to... What is it? A right to citizenship. Do you know when you're born there?
Yeah.
He's taking that away. So anyone born after the date when he was put into office, if their parents are not from America...
And they don't have citizenship.
Yeah, they don't have any right to citizenship.
I think that's quite a fair policy though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think if you were to come into the UK illegally and then in 6 months have a baby, that automatically gives the baby British citizenship, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, he's taken that off.
Cool, okay. What's next?
What else did he say? Hang on.
I mean, he said a lot, hasn't he? He has said a lot.
The thing that I thought was wild was his the green stuff. So, like, he thinks that the Green Party or whoever it is a scam.
Okay.
And he wants to get back to fossil fuels and he wants to make America rich again by
producing
the
own
oil and energy, basically.
It's an interesting scenario. I know a little. I literally have worked in sustainability for the past 5 years, so I know enough about it to have a confident conversation. In America, I don't know loads about it, but in the grand scheme of things, we currently rely on obviously lots of other countries, and I believe America do, for their gas and oil and all of that very, very expensive stuff. So if they're going to go back and produce it themselves, they're obviously going to save money. They're going to create jobs, and it's going to build the economy. Is it truly bad for the environment? That's where I'm not an expert, so I can't comment. But I think bringing things back into your own country to create jobs and build an economy and be more self-sustainable, so if there was a world war and you're not cut off 100%, I don't think that's a bad thing.
I think that's what he's doing. I think he's focusing literally, this is America, this is where we need all our focus, fuck everyone else. Fuck the rest of the world. It's just we're going to do what's best for us.
Imagine if Britain did that. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Fucking hell.
But they will run out of fossil fuels, though. They will, at some point, run out of fossil fuel.
But not for hundreds of years.
No.
Not for hundreds.
Do you think we need to be proactive, though? And
No.
No?
No, I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I think the way it's evolving, we can be proactive as well as still doing what we're currently doing with fossil fuels and oil and stuff like that. But it's not evolved enough to be sustainable.
What about global warming?
What about it?
You're not worried about global warming?
No. No, I'm not. You got dickheads flying around in private jets. That's terrible for global warming.
Yeah, to be fair, there's other stuff going on that people just don't care about.
You've got shit around the world which is creating so many CO2 emissions in the fucking atmosphere from shipping and all of these things. So imagine if you could not eradicate that, but bring that down so much smaller so that you didn't have to rely on all the other countries to ship and bring these things in, which are creating, obviously, to global warming. Sorry, not creating, adding to global warming. It's a terrible thing to say, but that's not top of my concern. No, it's not. I think we need to think about ourselves.
It's like flicking off a light switch in a room full of computers, isn't it? It's not really going to do a lot of difference.
No, I don't think it is. Just like people think that fucking cows are terrible for the world. Are you dumb? Shut the fuck up. Like, we've been eating cows for probably thousands and thousands of years. Their shit is okay. They're eating grass and they're shitting. We eat food and we shit. Relax, bro. Honestly, stop fucking around with cows. Stop trying to inseminate them with all wonderful and weird things that are going into our bodies and harming us. Just chill out. Stop fucking around with everything. We're fucking around with things too much, aren't we?
Yeah, we're messing about quite a bit.
We fuck about a lot, and then we find out that us fucking about is actually worse for us, but then it's too late because it's already happened. Like, global warming, I'm sure, is a thing. I don't know much about it. It's difficult to talk about, but
I am concerned about global warming, but I don't know if I'm concerned about it because I've been told you need to be concerned about this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's always in the media, isn't it, that we need to be green and...
But what's the biggest contribution to global warming, do you know? Genuine question.
No, I don't know.
Neither do I.
No
I've
idea.
no idea. But I believe that the UK is less than 1% contribution to the world's global warming.
Yeah.
I believe.
It's China, isn't it? China's like
China and India, I believe,
are
obviously the biggest. But India, because they don't have the facilities to obviously recycle and kind of get rid of waste, because there's so many people there.
And then on sound.
Oh, she just got told off by the producer.
I did say before.
And then China, obviously, because they're probably they are the biggest producer of most things in the fucking world, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's stupid because I thoroughly enjoy sustainability and I know how to make green energy. I can talk about that for fucking days. But can we live off of green energy currently? No. Should we be researching and evolving it? 100%. Because then hopefully we can get to a point where we are sustainable off of green energy.
I think they've already got a way to have green energy. I think they must know, like hydro energy.
Yeah. I agree.
There's so much water.
Yeah,
how do we not know how to use that yet?
Because, we do, but why would the big corporations that make billions and billions and billions and billions and billions let us use hydro energy, which is free? It's just free energy because it's
That's
flowing.
It's all about money, isn't
Correct.
it?
It's all about greed. So we probably do have the capacity to be 100% sustainable, but because obviously these companies have such power and such influence on the world, it just won't happen. I don't think it will ever happen
until it has to.
Probably the next 5 generations, I don't think it will happen. And that's probably, 500 years?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen, personally. So that's why I'm not fussed about global warming, because I'll be long gone, mate. And my kids will be fine, and their kids will be fine, and then their kids will probably be all right, and then by then...
We'll be living on Mars.
Well... Apparently, because fucking Trump wants to send people to Mars, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
Another thing was the LGBTQ.
The alphabet people.
Yeah. The bit touchy subject, that one, isn't it?
Let's talk about it.
So
Bring it on.
he's basically said he's putting his foot down. There's two genders.
Okay.
He's not accepting anyone else. I agree with him to some part about I know, don't hate me.
Hear me.
Not the gender thing, but
Kimmi hates anyone.
I don't. Live
She
your life,
does.
do whatever the fuck you want, I don't care. But the kids thing, where he's saying kids will not be allowed medication, they will not be allowed surgeries for transgender reasons. And I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that's a thing anyway. I don't understand why children are allowed to take medication to alter their bodies.
Because their parents are fucking dickheads.
I honestly, like,
That's why.
If they feel like they're a boy or a girl and they don't look like that, then change your appearance, fair enough. But altering the inside of your
Chemistry of your body
is insane.
What is insane is that parents are allowing them to do it. That's what's insane.
Yeah.
So whether you believe that you are a transgender and your kid has then come to you and gone, I want to be transgender. Okay, cool. We can talk about it. We can talk about the pros and cons of it and what I've experienced and what you may experience and how you feel and everything. And that's fine. But only when you are of an adult age, when your body is fully matured.
And your brain is fully matured.
Should you then be allowed to do it?
Because kids don't know what they want.
Yeah, man. Like if you're... I've got such a bad opinion on this. People might hate me, but I don't care. It's my opinion. I think if your parents are all for it, your kids are going to want to do it even more because you found a common interest with your parent.
Yeah.
And you're going to jump in it.
I agree with that.
You are. Like if my kid talks about Sonic the Hedgehog and then I talk to him about Sonic the Hedgehog, he then loves Sonic the Hedgehog because we've got a common interest and we're always talking about it. I appreciate massively different contexts here, but kids are very adaptable, aren't they? I think if you're an adult, 18 plus, you do what you want, man.
Yeah.
You do you. It's cool. Yeah, I don't think it should be. I agree.
Do you think it should be taught in school about...
No.
Don't you?
No. Fat fucking no. Okay. No, I'm serious. No.
I think it should be taught in school. I think...
No, I don't.
Diversity and whatever should be taught in school.
I think it's utter nonsense.
Can be different.
People are there to be educated in education. They're not there to be spoken about fucking people who want to be cats and trees. No.
Yeah, I don't understand with the cats and trees. And I suppose it is the same thing though, isn't it? Like if you want to change your gender and you can be whatever you want to be, I suppose if you want to be a cat and a tree, you can. But
well,
I don't
when you're of adult age.
Yeah, I don't agree. The kids are not in any circumstances should be let decide their gender or anything. They shouldn't be able to decide anything about themselves when they're that young because their opinions can change so quickly.
Right. I think in school, when it comes to sex education and things like that, people who are genetically born as a boy need to be educated about what will happen to your body.
Yeah.
Regardless whether you think you're a fucking female, a tree, a fucking ninja. I don't care. If you're born with male genitalia, you need to be educated about that because it will happen in your body, regardless whether you want it to or not. Vice versa for female. If you are born with a vagina, you eventually will start your period. And I can't go into detail because I don't know, obviously, about the female anatomy fucking in full context, but you need to be educated about that so that you're prepared for it.
Yeah.
That's what I think should only be taught in education in schools. If you want to do more and you want to learn about it, research, bro. Pick up a book.
Oh, I don't mean
research.
I think you should go into detail about transgender and changing your identity.
I'm not saying transgender is bad at all.
I think it's important to know that people can be different.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it's okay to teach that you're going to come across people who don't identify
I think it's also okay to say people can be different, but you need to stick true to yourself. And if you don't agree with it, that's okay. So if you want to be transgender, amazing. If you want to be a ZZM, no problem, man. You do you. That's you and that's your life and great. As long as you're happy, that's amazing. I don't need to be educated on it because I'm not and I don't give a fuck about it. I don't care about it. Like I really don't. If you want to dress up as a woman because that's how you feel inside and that's who you really want to be, fucking sick, mate. I don't care about it. You do you. You don't have to be like, hello, my name is ZZM and that's how I want to be referred to. I don't give a fuck. Just say, hello, how are you? Yeah. You don't need to like push that on me because I'm not interested in it. If you would have said to me, you're a man, I'd be like, cool. I know you as Kimmi, so I'm just going to call you Kimmi because then I can't get in any trouble with referring to you as the wrong name or gender or fucking species. Like, do you know what I mean? It's a lot, man. It's a lot to keep on top of. It's a lot of fucking about. I just don't care what you identify as. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Like what I do give a fuck about is that being taught to my children, and I will get involved. And if it came to it, I would take my children out of school. 100%, promise. I got my back up at dinner last week. So my sister is 15. She wears a ring on her pinky finger of our mum. It was my mum's ring. She wears it. It's just a memory. It's one little memory that she's got of her mum who's now dead. Anyway, the school that she goes to are very strict now. Out of nowhere, by the way. Literally since January. No jewellery. Nothing. Only stud earrings. No necklaces. No bracelets. Nothing. School uniform and that is it. Fucking regimented, which I don't agree with. But then, right, so she was asked to remove that. And I've said to her, if you're asked to remove it, in a polite way, time to get fucked. And if you get detention, you get detention. That's your one thing that you wear, which is your memory of your mum.
Yeah.
Regardless of if it had meaning or not, you want to wear it, wear it. It's literally just a gold band with a couple of diamonds. It's not like a fucking skull that says, I hate Jews. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just it's a nice, pretty ring. Anyway, so she got asked to remove it. She said no. Somebody walked across with wearing a tail, gloves with hands on and cat ears.
No.
And she said to the teacher, why aren't they asked to remove that? And she was like, oh, because that's them self-expressing themselves.
Okay, that's bollocks.
It's fucking mad, right? It's wild. So I was like, nah. I was like, you now identify as a ring and I'm expressing myself and this ring is my whole being and my body is within this ring and if I take it off, I become somebody that I don't want to be, so I'm expressing myself.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's wild, right? I got my back up hugely about it. And that's fine, right? So if you want people to express themselves, cool. Allow them to, allow them to. But you can't have one rule for one and one rule for another. No. You cannot. And obviously they're referred to as furries, aren't they? Yeah. And that's okay. If you want to think you're a cat, cool. Oh, it shouldn't be allowed in school. It should not be allowed in school.
Or, I mean, if they're going to let anyone do whatever they want, then fair enough, let them. But if there's a rule about uniform and stuff, then no, they shouldn't.
I think none of it should be allowed in school. You're there to be educated. You're not there to be exposed to things which can massively change your thought process and direction that you want to go.
Yeah.
They're kids. They're children.
Yeah, that's the thing. It is like sexualising kids, isn't it? And it shouldn't.
They're children.
It shouldn't be like that, I don't think.
They're not adults.
No.
They're not adults. They're children. Their job is to go to school, make friends, be educated.
Yeah.
Have lunch, go home. What you do at home, away from school, and what your parents teach you and what you learn about yourself is entirely up to you outside of school. But in school, I don't think it should be there.
Yeah.
I wonder who agrees with me. I truly do, because I honestly don't think it should be in school. I don't think anybody should be allowed to express themselves that much where it would have a huge influence on anybody.
Yeah.
Like, if you want everyone to wear a uniform and be the same, there should be a strict code of conduct and it should be stuck to 100% regardless of who you are, your race, your religion, what you think you are. Nah, you're wearing the school uniform because you're at school representing this school. You're not representing yourself, you're representing this school.
Yeah.
And then when you leave school, have it in your bag, and the second you finish, you carry on and wear what you want.
It's like being at work, isn't it? You wouldn't turn up to work in a furry costume.
Well, you probably wouldn't get employed.
No.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
So you need to be in the real world. And then if their parents go, oh, well, you be who you want to be. Okay, cool. Well, good luck to them in life. Good luck.
Like, would you let your son play with toys that are typically for girls? Like, would that be okay with you?
That's fine. It's all right.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's literally just the physically changing your body that just doesn't make sense. I don't know how that can make sense to anyone, to be honest.
It's stupid.
It's ridiculous.
Parents being dickhead. Let's be blunt about it. It's disgusting.
Like, I worry about giving my kid a paracetamol.
Yeah, man. Like people are altering the biology and chemistry of their fucking children. What gives you the right to do that?
Yeah.
Just, it's fucked. And why are they allowed to do that? Why isn't that legal?
It's like if came to me and said she wanted to shave her head bald, I'd be like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, even if she wanted to, I'd be like...
How would you feel if she was 12 years old and she came to you and said, I now identify as non-binary and you must refer to me as Z-Zem, not Erin? How would you feel about it? Be honest.
Honestly, I probably would. I would. But I wouldn't encourage her to change her body physically.
Would you be okay with it?
Yeah, I'd be okay with it. I'd be okay with it.
Oh my gosh.
I would, but I wouldn't like encourage her. I think people like encourage them to do it more and more, don't they? Like, because their kid's special or whatever. I wouldn't. I'd just let her be herself. I'd call her whatever she wanted me to call her.
No.
And if
call her by her birth name. And you can obviously beat that out, apologies, but call her by her fucking birth name until she is the legal age where she can make that decision herself.
I wouldn't encourage it, but I wouldn't...
You wouldn't voice your opinion on it. You're the one moulding her. You're moulding her brain and you're moulding her into the young adult that she will become.
Yeah.
Because it's your responsibility.
I just want her to be happy, and if she's happy...
Nah,
then I'm happy.
No, she'll get bullied. She won't be happy.
That's the thing. That's why I wouldn't let her shave her head, because I would be worried about the repercussions of when she goes to school and she gets bullied or whatever.
And people say, "Oh, don't worry about that, though. That's just them expressing themselves."
You shouldn't worry about that, but you
do.
Yeah, you
it's
do.
It's just a natural thing.
Yeah. Oh God, it's hard. Yeah. If she came to me and said, "I feel like a boy," I'd be like, "Cool." I probably wouldn't like over acknowledge it. I'd be like, "All right, that's fine." I'd carry on doing what I'm doing.
No, you're not a boy. You're a girl. You have a vagina. That's what I'd say.
Would you?
Immediately. Immediately, yes. Yeah. It would be the breakup of my family.
Really?
1000%, yeah.
Do you feel that way with like sexuality as well? If like your kid came out as homosexual?
No, not at all.
I think that's the difference. So I think because that's been around for so long, like homosexuality, it's now normal. And I feel like the transgender thing and feeling like you're somebody else, I think in like 20 years' time, that's going to be normal as well.
I don't think it will be.
Don't you?
No, definitely not. I think if you're homosexual, that's just you being attracted to the same gender that you are. No problem. That's fine.
Yeah, but that used to be really controversial years ago,
It used to be. Yeah, agreed. However, if you look at it biologically, nothing's changing. You're just attracted to a different gender than the typical norm heterosexual straight person. If you say to me, if you're born a female and you say to me, "No, I'm a cat," well, that's not normal, is it?
Where the fuck did it all come from?
Right, well, I don't know.
Understand.
I don't know where it came from, but let's be brutally honest, it's not normal.
No, that's not
Is
normal. I get that people feel different to what body they have because...
And that's fine.
It is medically...
I'm not saying transgender's wrong. I'm not. No. Definitely not. I think transgender makes sense. If you feel like... If I felt like I was a woman trapped in a man's body and I wanted to... I don't know what the word is. Transition? Is that right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to transition into a female. I kind of understand that. I genuinely do. I can't relate to it, but I understand why you would want to. I don't understand why people say, "Well, I don't have a gender. I don't want to be referred to as any gender." That's so difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
It's just so difficult to deal with because then how do you, like, you can say, "Hello, person." I'm not a person. I'm a tree. Fuck me. Hello. Don't you dare say hello to me. What gives you the...
I think that's what the issue is.
It's so confrontational.
That's what the issue is. It's where people are identifying as non-binary and getting offended when people see them as something different.
It's really difficult.
People don't know, like people are not psychic. They don't automatically know that you identify as
But it's just so hard to keep up with, man. Like, man and woman is easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man and woman is fucking easy. And if you dress as a woman, I will then call you madam.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming you want to be referred to as a woman. And if you dress as a man, I will call you sir because I'm assuming. But then if I go, "Oh, hello, madam," because you're dressed as a woman, you go, "I'm a fucking man. I apologise because your appearance is a fucking skirt with tights and lipstick on." And that's typically what females wear. So it's so difficult to keep up with.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with it. And I find it quite fucking frustrating. Like, it's really doing, whether it's my age, I don't know. And I don't think I'm narrow-minded on it. I think...
That's what I mean, though. It could be your age because that's how it used to be years ago with
I think
homophobia.
more people agree with me. They're just too scared to say it.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that as well. I think people...
Simple.
Yeah, I think...
My 15-year-old sister agrees with me. And that's not me pushing my agenda on it. That's me asking her. So before I gave my opinion, I asked for her opinion because I was so curious. I was like, it's okay if people want to do that in their lives. It's okay. But then you need to be okay with me that I don't respect or understand it.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I think that's fair, right? So if you wanted to be referred to as they, them, okay. Cool. Oh, I don't want to refer to you as they, them. So I respect you want to be referred to as that, and that's okay. And you respect that I don't want to refer to you as that, and that should be okay. Maybe let's just not converse, and then we'll never come into contact with each other. And that's okay. It's okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
I mean, I would literally call you whatever you want to be called. Either. If you want me to call you a tree, then I'll call you a tree. It doesn't affect me in any way. It doesn't
affect. And honestly, I hope that anybody who doesn't live your typical heterosexual life or relationship or world, I hope they're happy, and I really do. But you can't expect me to fucking keep up with it all, man, because I'm not in that world or in that space, and I don't have the time or mental capacity to educate myself to be in that world or in that space because I don't give a fuck about it. I don't care about it.
I had a comment on social media. So do you know on Instagram you have to pick your pronouns? I don't know why they do that now, but
not now. They've taken it off.
Oh, have they? So But when you look at my profile, it says she, her.
Interesting.
And I had someone comment saying they're unfollowing me because I had she, her in my bio. And I was like, I don't understand that.
It's wild. It makes no sense. Why the fuck do you need to know what my pronouns are? Just ask me what my name is and speak to me like a human being. I don't care what your pronouns are. It's fucking mad.
I actually have a confession on this, by the way, which is quite cool. Hang on.
It's difficult, isn't it? It's just, I don't care what people's pronouns are. Just talk to me as two human beings. Let's have a conversation.
Let's see how you feel about this one then. So this confession. I thought my marriage was normal until my wife, out of nowhere, told me she might be trans. I initially laughed it off, thinking she was joking, but she was serious and became upset. I tried to be respectful, but I'm struggling to accept this. I'm not attracted to men and feel blindsided by her revelation. It's hard for me to reconcile this with the woman I married, who has never shown any masculine traits. Today, I've been so upset that I called out of work to drink and reflect on the possibility of her transitioning. I support trans rights, but I can't envision staying married if she decides to transition, as it feels like I'm losing the person I married.
I fully agree. Fuck her off. See you later.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
You want to become a man? Good for you. I respect your decision. We're no longer in a relationship. Happy life.
Yeah, if you're changing your complete personality, I think the other person has a right to fuck off.
If you're a woman and you're dressing as a man, but I married a woman, I'm not going to be with you.
Well, I don't think you could still be the same woman if you're deciding that you're going to be a man. So she's obviously going to change everything about herself.
So see you later. I don't
How
think
could that happen though with no inkling?
I'd be the same. I think most people would be the same.
Yeah.
But immediately, if you fall in love with somebody and then 15 years later they go, actually, I want to transition. Okay. I respect that. That's how you feel. And, I'm sorry you feel that way because I don't. And it's going to result in us not being together anymore.
I'd be pissed off,
Oh, I'd be furious. I'd find it very difficult
I'd be like,
you've
led me into a lie.
Yeah.
Like,
I've just wasted 15 years of my life and now you want a cut.
Yeah.
It would bother me.
Yeah, I think I'd be really annoyed.
It would be very difficult to be okay with. It would be. But
there is people that do it though, isn't there? I've seen people that have transitioned and they've stayed together.
Yeah. And then, hey, if they're happy, that's amazing.
I think you'd have to be a really strong person to do that though. I don't think.
But then I'll happily admit that I'm not strong in that respect.
I don't think you could go into that like just easily. That'd be huge to accept that. I couldn't. I don't think I could do it.
I wouldn't. It's like, immediate no.
I get annoyed when he shaves his beard. Yeah. So
like immediate, there is zero hesitation. No.
Yeah.
No. Not for me. No. And that's okay, because there will be somebody out there in the world who will love that for them.
Yeah.
And they will love them and be a much better partner to them than I could be. Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's life, and it's the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I don't know, man, but I feel like I'm probably going to get quite a lot of hate for this.
Well, let us know your thoughts on the situation. Would you let your child transition, or are you okay with them teaching trans rights in education?
Trans rights is okay. Trans rights is okay.
You just said you don't want any of that in school. None of it.
No. I'm not against trans at all. I'm not.
No, I mean in the education system.
Yeah. I don't think it needs to be educated to a point. There needs a dedicated 60 minutes a fucking week to it.
You don't think there needs to be that conversation in school?
No, I think it should be the parents' responsibility. And if the parents aren't around, then it should be their guardian's responsibility. I don't think it should be for teachers to have to educate that. Definitely not. Because everyone's going to have different views.
I think it should.
Do you?
Yeah. I think it should not like a dedicated weekly lesson. I think it should at least be acknowledged.
How old?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. Well,
let's think about it.
My daughter's 7 and she's learning about sex education at the minute. Not like nitty gritty. She's just learning about what body parts are called.
Okay.
That's probably too young to learn about transgender. However, she is aware of transgender people already. So.
But then that's a conversation that you can have.
Yeah.
In the privacy and the safety of your own home.
Yeah, I have done that. I think there should be. I think it should be part of an inclusive lesson. So learning about inclusivity and that everyone has a right to live and blah blah blah.
Not that young.
No, not that young. I think like
maybe
13.
No. It's too young.
What, to learn that there's different people in the world?
People see there's different people. They've all got social media and they go and walk in the streets. And then if somebody goes, oh, why is that man dressed as a woman? Oh, because that's probably somebody who's trans.
You see, I think the issue is, right, if you don't teach it in schools, they only get the opinion of the parent. And I know you'll probably say that that's fine, but I don't think that's fine, because if the opinion of the parent... But then you're only
going to get the opinion of that teacher.
No. I don't think it should be taught like that. I think it should be taught like they are these people in the world and that's it. Not like these people are in the world and it's wrong, because that's what some parents will be teaching.
Yeah, but do you not think that... Sorry to interrupt.
No, please.
Do you not think that if it was taught in school, that guy that can't accept that his wife is going to become a man, do you not think he might be a little bit more understanding if it was taught to him as a younger age?
What do you mean?
He'd be a little bit more accepting.
In school or out of school?
I don't think he should be accepting of that situation.
Yeah, but if it was taught in school...
I don't think he has to be accepting of that situation. I'm just saying, I think it's important for people to know that there's other people in the world that don't always look or sound like they are, and that's okay. I think that's literally what I think should be taught about transgender or anything like disability, race, everything. I think there should be a standard lesson for that, because some parents have such a one-track mind on a situation that they teach the kid that this is the way it should be. Like for race example, you've got parents that are racist and they will teach the kids that that's a bad thing to have friends in a different race or whatever, and then you go to school and school are teaching you that no, that's not the case, like it's okay for everybody just to live happily. I think that should be a lesson, not a specific lesson to say. But
then you'll have the same with trans and LGBTQ+, won't you? You have parents.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I just don't think it should be educated at such a young age.
I don't think they should be educated to a point where they know the ins and outs and the nitty-gritty of a transgender person.
I just think they need to be taught about the anatomy of the fucking body.
Yeah.
They need to understand what's going to happen to their body. I don't think they need to be not confused. That's a terrible word to use in that example.
But they should be taught that there's an exception to the rule, because transgender's not always just mental. Sometimes it is physical.
Okay, let's agree.
Do you not agree with that? Okay.
It's not that I don't agree. I can't relate to it, so I don't know.
Okay.
I've never thought I want to be a woman, so I don't know how it feels. So I can't comprehend how they feel.
It's a very complicated subject. I think there's different levels of transgender. There's people that just feel like they're different, and there's people that are physically, like DNA different, even though they have the same, like there's women with women parts that have
hermaphrodites.
Yeah, that have chromosomes of a man.
Yeah.
And
that's understandable, because you'll have different DNA and you might feel confused or different. And that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's where it's come from. I think it's come from that, and people have taken it further, if you get what I mean.
I just don't think it should be pushed in. Maybe if you raise it, or there is somewhere that you can go to if you're curious about it, or it's given to you in the form of reading. But I don't think
I just mean basic education, not like sit down and say, I think transgender is a gender and you have this option. I don't think that should be taught. I think it should just be a conversation of there are people that are transgender.
And that's okay. Yeah, I think, okay. All right, I'll agree with that.
Good.
I don't think at the age of 13.
Really? Okay. I think that's too young. We'll agree to disagree.
Yeah, but no, I do think you're right. I think it should be common practice that children are acutely aware that there are different people out in the world.
Yeah.
And not everybody will look like them or talk like them or sound like them.
Yeah.
I think that's...
Or even have the same opinions as them,
yeah,
which is fine.
That's a very fair thing to say, for sure. But I don't think it needs to be educated in any respect. I think if you want to do that, either seek professional or adult advice.
Okay. We'll leave it there then.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we agreed on something. Yeah.
We can have a fight after.
No, we're not at all. All right, cool. Let's end this. Thank you very much for listening to the Confessional Podcast. I appreciate it. That's probably going to pique a lot of people's different opinions, which I'm curious to hear about. Please do remember to go and check out the website, www.theconfessionalpodcast.co.uk. All of our social media is on there. We've got a gallery. We've got Patreon, where you can subscribe and see bonus content. We're actually going to be uploading some pretty cool, juicy stuff as well. I have been one of your co-hosts, Rick, and we have the amazing Kimmi K. Thank you very much, and we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.